Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to this video lecture series in which we are talking about how we can actually improve and optimize our neural network. So until in the previous video lecture, we have seen that how we can actually normalize our training set or the input features that we have. And I've often told you in the previous video lecture that in the previous video lecture and the few that we are going to study as of now, in these video lectures, we are going to see that how we can actually speed up the learning of our neural network. Because what we can see is basically there is a lot of time that neural networks take generally while doing or performing the training session. Okay, and in these few video lectures we are going to see a few techniques that all of us can apply in order to solve this problem, and how we can use these basic concepts in order to speed up the training of our learning algorithm in neural networks. So in this video lecture, there is one more problem that we are going to study about this neural networks. And in this video lecture, we are going to study about vanishing and exploding gradients. So this problem of vanishing and exploding gradients is basically divided into two video lectures. In this video lecture, currently we are going to have we are basically going to have an intuition about vanishing or exploding gradients, and in the next video we are going to see that how we can solve this problem of vanishing and exploding gradients. So what we can see is basically in the next video lecture, we are going to study somewhat about the initialization of the weights. Okay, that should be done very judicially in order to solve this problem of vanishing and exploding gradients. But as of now, in this video lecture, we are going to have a very sharp intuition about what is actually vanishing and exploding gradients. So let us continue and watch this video lecture. Now let us move to the next slide. So what you can see in this slide is this is a very basic neural network as of now, and this neural network is although a basic network, but it is, I think, the best network that we can use in order to understand the problem of vanishing and exploding gradients. So we can see that this is a deep neural network since it has a large number of layers, hidden layers. But although there has been a large number of hidden layers in this neural network, but the number of nodes in this each number of nodes in each layer is not very large. Okay, so each hidden layer is having two nodes. Okay, so x1 and x2 here are the two input features, okay, for this neural network, and y hat is the predicted outcome that this neural network gives. Okay, and so if this is a deep neural network and if I need to write the matrices w1, w2, w3, that goes on till suppose that I have L number of layers in the neural network. So this final one corresponds to WL. Okay, and if I need to initialize the weight matrices W for each of these nodes in the neural network, so what is the procedure I can adopt to do this? Okay, and further what we can see is that if I take the activation function to be g of z equals to z. Now, one thing to notice here is that here I am considering the linear activation function. Okay, I'm not taking any sigmoid function or any ReLU function or any 10h function. Instead of that, I am taking the linear activation function so that this example becomes very easy to understand. Okay, and with this I need to take the base value, that is the b, okay, equal to 0 for each and every layer of this neural network. Okay, so these are the two presumptions that I am considering in order to solve this example. Okay, and suppose now that if I told you that you need to write the predicted output y hat for this neural network, then what will be the predicted output for y hat for this neural network? I suppose you can pause this video for 10 seconds or so and you can write your own answer for this. Okay, so now After pausing the video, I'll write here the predicted outcome, that is the y hat for this neural network. And what will be the predicted outcome y hat for this neural network would be, it would be W L W L minus 1, W L minus 2, okay, and that would go on till W3, okay, W2, W1, okay, and multiplied with input feature vector x, okay. And now what is the significance of writing this predicted outcome? I'll explain it here. So what is basically W1 into X? Okay. So if you have seen my previous video lectures, again, you can see that W1 into X basically corresponds to our Z1. Okay. And what this Z1 is, Z1 equals to W1 into X. Okay. And now if I want to write my final output A, so my A1 would be equal to now G of Z1, okay, and my G of Z1 is equal to W1 into my input feature vector X, okay. And so what I can write similarly, I have, if I need to write the value of A2, so if I take this W2 into this one, so basically my A2 would be now equal to W2 into A2, okay. And now if I consider these three, then this would basically corresponds to A3 equal to W3 into A2, okay. And I need to have a correction here, this is not A2, this is A1, okay. So here input for A2 will be the output A1, okay, this would be applied over here, okay. And this A2 would now be applied as an input for finding out the value of A3, okay. So this is basically the predicted outcome y hat that we have predicted for this neural network, okay. And now if I tell you that the value of this weight, I need to initialize the weights, okay. So what kind of initialization I can have for these weights is, I need to initialize a standard weight WL for the lth layer in this neural network as suppose 1.500 okay. So I have these initialized weights for this vector or matrix W. Okay. So this 1.5 is slightly greater than 1. Okay. This 1.5 value here is slightly greater than 1. Okay. Now what is the impact that we are going to have if we take this value of 1.5 as the initialized value for this weight matrix? Okay. Now we are going to see this. So what I can write the predicted outcome y hat now. Okay. So basically this WL would correspond to a single layer for this neural network. And now we have a separate W for this final layer suppose, okay. And we have the same value of W for all these layer, okay. Now what is the predicted outcome y hat that we can write here? So my predicted outcome would be now that is equal to W capital L, because there would be a separate weight matrix for this output layer, and we are going to multiply this weight matrix over L minus 1 times, okay, because we are repeating this weight matrix for all the L minus 1 input layers except the final layer, that is W capital L, okay. So this would be equal to capital L minus 1, okay, and it would be multiplied with input feature vector x, okay. Now what you can see that if this is a very deep neural network, that is it is having a large number of layers in this neural network. So if this is a very large neural network, then the value of capital L, that is capital L here, represents the number of layers in my neural network. Okay, so the capital L corresponds to the number of layers in the neural network. So if the value of capital L is a very large value, then what will happen, that y hat would now be very large. Why? Because if you put 1.5 to the power of L minus 1, and if L is very large, okay, so this would result that this would 1.5 would keep on multiplying, and this would be a value that is a very large number. Okay, so this would result in the exploding of the gradients. Okay, and this is basically the intuition behind the exploding gradients. Okay, so what I can see is that basically if I am taking a value that is 1.5, and if this value is slightly greater than 1, then I am facing a problem of exploding gradients here. Okay, and suppose that what I will do, if I take this value to be equal to 0.9 instead of taking 1.5, then what I'm doing is basically I am taking this value to be a very less smaller than equal to 1. Okay, so this is slightly smaller than 1, and if 0.9 to the power of L minus 1 is written here. Okay, so what we can do is we have to multiply this 0.9 L minus 1 times. Okay, and if you have something or some number that is less than 1, and if you multiply it a very large number of times, then this would result to a very small value. Okay, and basically this is the problem of vanishing gradients that we are going to see here. Okay, so this is basically the small intuition behind the vanishing and exploding gradients that we need to understand. Okay, so what we are having here, if we are having a value of greater than 1, slightly greater than 1, then if we are having a deep neural network that is having capital L very much large number, so this would result in the problem of exploding gradients. And if we take a value that is smaller than 1, okay, we are not taking a very small value, but 0.5 is a very optimal value that we can take here. Okay, so even though taking this optimal value, then what we are facing the problem of vanishing gradients. Why? Because the value of this gradient is decreasing exponentially in this case. Okay, and if it is increasing, then it is increasing, then it is increasing exponentially in this case. Okay, so if it is increasing, then it is increasing exponentially, and if it is decreasing, then it is decreasing exponentially. So both increment as well as decrement in the exponential manner is a problem to us. Okay, and this is the basic intuition behind the vanishing and exploding gradients that we need to study here. Okay, and so in the next video lecture, what we are going to see is how we can solve this problem of vanishing exploding gradients. And the one method that people often use in order to solve the problem of this vanishing and exploding gradients is that you need to have a very judicious initialization of the weight vector. Okay, and so if you take a very good initialization or very optimal initialization of the weight matrices, then this would result in the solution for this problem of vanishing and exploding gradients. So I hope that this video lecture would have been very much informative to you. If you really like this video lecture, then click on the like button given below this video lecture. If you have any doubts regarding this lecture, then you can write in the comment section. Share my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you so much.